So how property managers are outsmarting the algorithms. So this is really for all property managers that have a desire to post a lot of content or post some content on social media, but don't have the time or have some other excuse. And this session is really to share the different tools that you can use to improve the chances that you can actually start posting content and remain consistent as you post, because consistency is key. The algorithm would allocate you more time the more content you post, and it's more likely that people will see you. So what are the key things that you need to do to outsmart the algorithm? So the algorithm doesn't know the techniques you're using to generate content. All it knows is that content appears on its platform, so it presents that to your followers. So the key things are, if you want to start posting content as a property manager, you want to make sure that you allocate time, you plan it, you intend to stay consistent, and you work your damn hardest to ensure that the content you do produce is uniquely yours, but more importantly, provides or adds value to the people who would actually receive or consume the content. So what we'll learn today would be how to use the AI tools to create content, how to turn your listings into video ads, and how you can schedule the content to be published on your behalf across different platforms. So I'm Uwa. I've been in the IT space for over 25 years. Today I'll be assisted by Godswill, who's also been in the IT industry for over 25 years. We do automation for our clients, and we do AI work for our clients as well. In addition to that, we invest in property in the UK. And we know a few property managers, we've spoken to a few, who have some of these challenges. And we know certainly in our field that we have challenges also staying consistent or producing content. But we've found a technique that works for us and a framework, and I'm looking to share that with you through today's session. So what are the problems that property managers face? The typical problems you'd have would be you don't have enough time, you're not able to produce enough content, you don't have the ideas, you're probably too tired by the time you get around to producing your content or thinking about producing content. You don't have the time or the space to be consistent. So if you allocate 5 minutes, 10 minutes, an hour every day to come up with something, you will struggle. And like most busy property managers, you would have the issue of juggling tenants, landlords, repairs, vendors, onboarding people, offboarding others, doing house inspections, and making sure that everything is in order. So the smart solution is to use AI to write your content. Now you can use chatbot to create the actual copy. You can use some other tools that are wrappers above ChatGPT to create your content. You got tools like Jasper as well, Copy AI. All these things help you generate content. And when I say use AI to write the content, I don't mean follow AI blindly, but it can be the start for what you are going to generate. And I'll show you the framework to use in order to make sure that what ChatGPT generates isn't just pasted verbatim. You have to read it and make it yours and customize the information to be more specific to your organization. And then we'll talk about some video ad tools that will help you as well generate ads at speed, and one of the key scheduling platforms that's easy on the pocket compared to the larger organizations that do scheduling. So why the algorithm loves consistency is that if you have imagine that the algorithm is something that's designed to allocate slots to different people, and you get one slot per a window. If you don't have consistent information, or you don't have a lot of information or posts, then the allocation your posts get will be a lot reduced compared to everyone else who's posting similar content and has similar appeal to yours. So when you post a lot of content and your content is engaging, the algorithm believes that your content will keep people on their platform longer than everyone else. So it gives you more content, or gives you more slots for your content to appear to people. So in all likelihood, if you post frequently, you get to the point where you start posting very good content, and that good content would then retain people on the platform, and you'd see the performance of things that you've posted in the past. So consistency, keep posting, keep releasing information, keep your audience informed as to what you're doing and what your business is into. Now, also think about the kind of content you're posting. You'd want to look at the metrics that come with everything you post to see what attracted the most engagement, what led to the most amount of impressions, and above all, what generated the most amount of comments. So these are things that are useful in order to determine if your content is working or if there are any tweaks that you'd have to make. So the first step in beating the algorithm is to generate actual content. If you're struggling with content, ChatGPT is your friend. Use ChatGPT to generate those ideas. So the method that we follow and we suggest to our students is to begin by asking ChatGPT to create 12 themes. So 12 themes is really because we want you to generate 3 months worth of content in one sitting. So ChatGPT can come up with 12 unique themes that will cover 12 weeks. And then once it's done that, we'll do that in seconds. So 12 unique themes in line with your property management or with the topic you want to talk about or your business. And then the next thing you do is say, generate 7 topics for each theme. So 12 weeks and then 7 topics. And those 7 topics will be for the 7 days in each week. So by the time it's done that, you've got the topics for all the days of all the 12 weeks, which is 3 months worth of topics. Okay, you can tap into sources like Reddit or Google Trends to come up with new ideas or come up with what's current. You can also use tools like Perplexity. Perplexity tends to search the most current websites, the most current platforms in order to provide you with the most up-to-date information. So use Google Trends, use Reddit, use Perplexity to do these searches, and you'd get 3 months worth of current and updated information. And then when you get your results within 30 seconds, even within 60 seconds I've got on the slide, choose the best ideas. And if you've dropped a few ideas, now pick some more up and just get ChatGPT to say, okay, I've dropped these 2, number 3, 4, 5, and 6. Can you generate another set of ideas to replace them? And then you can go to Claude and do exactly the same thing, and go to Grok and do the same. So after that, you've got 3 months worth of content. Now, the other thing you can do to beat the algorithm is to generate videos. Now, it's been proven that videos lead to better engagement than just photos or images, and even worse than images is plain text. So there's a tool called Creatify. Now, Creatify is a wonderful tool because it generates videos based on a link. So I've used it to generate marketing videos for a property that's listed on Rightmove. Rightmove is a property website, some like the MLS in the US. So I could show you something that I generated earlier. So it's very, very simple to use. If you're camera shy and you don't want to show yourself your face, you can use this Creatify. Creatify, all it asks for is a link to your product. So in our case, it will be a link to a property that you're trying to market or trying to sell or rent, and then it will give you the option to select an avatar. So that's the face of the advert that you want to create. So this is one I created earlier. If I go to my projects and here, and for this, where is the product? Okay, so I didn't download it to a project. So what I did with this one is I provided it a link to a property advert on Rightmove, and then it downloaded information from that link, and you can do the same. So the information it got from there is a property description, the product name, and some assets. So these assets are the images that were used to market the property. So what you then do is through click, next, very, very simply, I go next, I select some images, and I'll say a 15-second video. Target audience, I'll say luxury property buyers, and then you click next, and then it starts generating the image. And once it's it doesn't. It starts generating the different styles of adverts that it will create. So, or the scripts that it will use. So you can say special offers or product highlights or trending topics. So let's just say special offers. Go next. You can generate more if you want to generate even more. And then here you pick the avatar, so the face of your product. So let's pick Keisha. And Keisha, there are many options for Keisha. We'll pick Smart Keisha. Or was that Kitchen too? All right. So Smart Keisha. Okay. So the Smart Keisha needs a paid. Let's just pick normal Kitchen Keisha. So those ones with a crown are features that you have to pay for. So not all avatars are free, or not all pictures of all the avatars are free. So some are free, some aren't. So clearly the better ones you have to pay for. So it's running through now, generating something that you can use to market your property or your business. Right now, the lips will not be synced with the words because we haven't downloaded it, but when we do the download, they would be in sync. So you can see different avatars, different styles of videos. So this is within 3-4 minutes. I've generated 16 different styles, and you can pick whichever one you want to share on your different socials. Now, before I got to this page, I picked the style, whether landscape or vertical or portrait, and you can pick whichever one. So here's an example of what it will sound like. So remember, it's the property that we're marketing. So the property on this left hand side is small and the lady is big, and then on the right hand side she is small and the property is big. So we could just click play.
This 7-bedroom arts and crafts mansion on Ellsworthy Road. With luxury amenities, a separate flat, and private gardens, secure.
So that's what you can do within seconds to market any property or anything you're trying to sell. And you can just post it on your socials and see what engagement you get. So that's step 2. So step 3 for beating the algorithm is to use ChatGPT to write your listings or write anything in relation to the product you are trying to sell. And you can, once you've gotten the information you're interested in, you can then repurpose it for other social media platforms. So it's a wonderful tool that's available to you right now that you can start using. You don't have to pay anybody to use it, and you can see that the content is very useful and very relevant at this point in time. Okay, so step 4 will be to schedule everything. So this is why I say, if you don't have the time to be there physically to post your content, what you can do is you can use a tool called CircleBoom. Most people don't know about CircleBoom. They tend to use Hootsuite, but CircleBoom is a wonderful tool. It is ideal for scheduling your posts. They have a partnership with X/Twitter. So when you go on their website, you can pick either the X package, or you can pick all the other social media platforms. They don't currently support TikTok, but everything else you can use this to schedule. And then when you've scheduled it, expect the thing to go off when at the time that you specified, and just be around to respond to people's comments at that point. So all you need is 1 hour every week. This is what we recommend to our students. So spend 1 hour every week, potentially Saturday morning, and that Saturday morning you take the theme for the week that you generated from the first session or from the first step, and then you ask ChatGPT to generate 7 days worth of content for that week's theme. And then you look through all of the content. If you're happy with it, you save it, and then you can take it to CircleBoom and get CircleBoom to schedule the post and the content. So create your post ideas weekly if you so wish, or you could do it the way I mentioned earlier, which is just create everything in one sitting when you generated your 12 weeks worth of themes. And then you can get Canva to help you design additional graphics. So Canva already has templates that you can easily customize, and by customizing that content, you make it more yours. You can use your brand colors, your brand ID as part of what you post. And then you can use Creatify to generate the marketing videos. Now, the other tips that we share with our students is that when you've generated the content, you can rely also on AI to generate the image that will go with that content. So you take the content, you start a new chat session, and you get ChatGPT to come up with a few ideas of images or a few prompts for images that you can post with the content. It will give you 5, 6, 7, 8 different ideas. Read through them and then pick the one that applies the most and the one that is most relevant to the message you're trying to send. So when you do that, you have an image, but remember I said that videos have more engagement or lead to better engagement than images. So what you then do with the image is you take the image. If you created it in Sora, because you can use Sora to generate images as well. If you generate the image in Sora, you could just click one button to create a video out of that image. So it would animate the image that was generated. It's not very good, mind you, but it does create some animation. The other option is to take the prompt to Runway ML, or you can take the prompt to Kling and ask Kling to animate the image, and it will do something. So in my experience, Runway ML does a really fantastic job of animating an image and sticking to the content of the image. Sora tends to switch from what's in the image to something else, its other interpretation. So that's my experience. Maybe that will be fine in a few weeks' time when they release updates. And then the next thing to do is to schedule the upload with CircleBoom. So if you did that once a week, Monday, Saturday, however long, that's it, you're sorted for that week. It's all scheduled and things will go out at the right time. Some people say don't post and ghost, but if you don't have time, then that's what you may have to do. Now, when you've posted content and it's extremely wonderful and engaging and people are commenting and asking for DMs and all of that, think about how you'd respond to their comments or respond to any DMs you receive. Again, if you don't have time, you can either have a VA look after your account and respond to their comments, or you can use something called ManyChat. So ManyChat is wonderful for WhatsApp, Facebook, Instagram, and you can set it so that it would work as a chatbot. When you ask people to DM maybe the property name, we have code that can take that property name and link it back to your CRM and respond to any questions the person who DM'd you may be asking, and then onboard them. And prior to onboarding them, you can actually pre-qualify them as well through all the questions that you ask. And all of this can be seamless. This is straightforward software from or straightforward functionality. The software is there that we can apply to make this work for you in real time. So as soon as somebody DMs you or sends you a message, it gets picked up, we pick it up and then go through the pre-qualification, onboarding, and provide any extra information that we feel is relevant for them. And through this means you can post a video that you've created with Creatify and then have the statement within your description saying DM blah 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 to receive more information. They then DM, and then as soon as they DM, we'll capture that information, collect their email, collect their phone number, collect their name, send them a PDF, and then add them to your CRM. All seamlessly whilst you sleep, whilst you're awake, 24/7. You don't even have to get involved. You only get involved when they're pre-qualified and you see them as a potential short-term client. Otherwise, you put them in your CRM where you then nurture them until they're ready to become full immediate clients. So you can also take the content that you've generated and create, for instance, 3 different ads from one listing. So if you've got one listing, you can target different audiences. So gone are the days where you create one brochure and just the only brochure that goes out to everybody, whether you're a pensioner or you're just starting out or you're somebody who's in their late 30s with 3 children. No, you can create different videos for those different audiences. I hope you can see the opportunities here that you can target different markets, because there's no reason why a 2-bed apartment has to be for just a man and his girlfriend, a man and his wife. It could be a man, girlfriend, and children, depending on how you set up the apartment for your marketing. So these are things that AI will help you do. And you can post all of those on your social media platforms. So what's working and how can you tell what's working? If you use CircleBoom to schedule your posts, there are some analytics that you can have a look at. So like different things that people are interested in. You can also set it up so that the analytics from the tool that you're using to post will tell you where people are spending more time, which advert is performing better, and what people are really interested in. You may want to add maybe video tours of the property, and then through the video tours you can tell where people are spending more of their time in terms of the property viewing time, and then you can either provide more information or put some action buttons there for them to click on and take more information. So these are insights you can glean without you physically being there with the potential client. And you can ask ChatGPT to collate all of that information, or you collate all of that information and put it into ChatGPT and ask ChatGPT to summarize that information. So that's how you know what's working. So just to recap, how do you beat the algorithm? You beat the algorithm by making sure you are present, but you don't have to physically be present. You just have to create the content and schedule the content to go out. So all you need is to type the text within ChatGPT and ask it to give you ideas. If you have ideas based on the work you're already doing, then you can add those ideas into the chat, into the prompt that you present to ChatGPT, and it will build a whole content structure for you based on the framework that we've just discussed here. So ChatGPT will help you write, will help you repurpose and brainstorm in terms of what you present. So no more writer's block, no more what do I post about. You can even just tell it, oh ChatGPT, today I had a difficult client, this was the conversation, can you generate 5 pieces of content from this? And it will give you those ideas, and then you pick the ones that work for you. Then Creatify is for making videos the easy way. So easy. You don't have to show your face. If you like showing your face, you can always upload your picture to Creatify, and then it'll be your picture that's speaking. But the option is there. You no longer have to struggle with editing for really short videos and marketing material. And then CircleBoom, I've mentioned CircleBoom here as opposed to the other bigger platforms because the price is great. It schedules on most platforms except TikTok, and you can keep track of what's working. But this ensures that you're visible on all of the platforms, not just one. And then finally, if you need to create any bespoke content, you've got Canva. So you go on Canva and you can take one of the templates there and update the template to match what your business is all about, match the colors of your business, and you can put images from the work you do on a daily basis on there and then post it. So the action plan is start today, start right now. You've got nothing that's stopping you from being a content creating king. Now, yes, your first initial set might sound very banal and common, but as you read and you get better and you get more confident, you start to tweak the prompt and make the prompt even better. That's why it's good to do the content every week, because then you can look at the last week's performance and see what may have worked, and you can tweak your prompt to say, okay, now give me 7 ideas for this theme, but pay more attention to one thing that you know worked or another. So write those captions. You can go off and create videos today from any property you have on the market that's ready for sale, or where you're looking for potential investors. You can create those videos and then start scheduling the posts immediately. So do the next 2 weeks today. You can just give it 1 hour. All right. So now, if you want help with any of these things, just reach out to us. The 12-week calendar plan, any 25 different prompts that you can use. You can steal some of what we use. You can do. We can help you get Canva templates if you so wish. But you can certainly use your own Canva account to access a lot of templates. Not all of them, some are paid, but if you don't have a Canva account, we've got some templates that we might be able to share depending on the license requirements. And then finally, there are starter guides for CircleBoom and Creatify. These resources are predominantly on their website, so download them and have a look. If you need help with any of this, just reach out to us. And it just leaves me to say, unless anyone has any questions, let me just have a look at LinkedIn. No questions. Okay, Zoom, no questions. So if you need further help with this or any other automation work, do reach out to us. You can either complete our form, bit.ly or bit.ly/Lean AI Audit. So this Lean AI Audit would sign you in or sign you up for us to have a strategy call with you just for 20 minutes to look at your business and work out how we can be of help, or if we can be of help. And then we can strategize with you to either streamline what you've already got and you may not need any additional help, or we work together to create solutions for your organization. So thank you so much for joining us this evening, or for being part of this, for watching this video. If you're watching it on replay, do feel free to reach out to us. We're on autori.ai, so AUTORE.ai. You can go on there and see what our services that we offer, or reach out to me on LinkedIn. So thank you very much, and have a good rest of your evening.